Hey, my name is Happy. I help candidates in .NET interview preparation. After watching this video, you will be able to answer this question in any interview. If you want to cover all the .NET interview questions, then please click on like and subscribe buttons so that you cannot miss any important interview question. So let's start with this question.
What is a constraint in SQL? What are its types? It is a very important question and very important concept in SQL Server. In simple English, SQL constraints are used to specify rules for the data in a table. Constraints are used to limit the type of data that can go into a table. Let's see the types of constraints. See, here we are creating a student table and applying all the types of constraints in it. So as I said, constraint is apply on the data. What kind of data will be there in the table? What is the data type of that data? So this is the constraint. So let's check out the type of constraints. First is primary key constraint. Primary key is a field which can uniquely identify each row in a table. So I hope you are already aware about primary key. So here is the primary key constraint. So we have applied primary key constraint on this ID column. Second one is not null constraint. It tells that we cannot store a null value in a column. So here in the second column, we have applied not null. So this name column cannot be null at any point of time. If you will try to insert a null value in this, then it will not allow it and will throw an error. Third type of constraint is foreign key constraint. So which is basically foreign key is a field which can uniquely identify each row in another table. So foreign key is a relationship of one table with the another table. So here this student table is related to this courses table. So every student will have a course and the course ID is present here, and the foreign key is the course ID from the courses table. So these two tables, students and courses, are interlinked through this foreign key. Next type of constraint is check constraint. So check is basically to validate the values of a column to meet a particular condition. So here we have applied that the value of age will always be greater than equal to 18. So if you will try to enter anything below 18 like 17, 16, 13, then this will not allow this and it will give an error. So that is the check constraint. Next one and the fifth one is default constraint. Default constraint specifies a default value for the column where no value is specified by the user. So suppose we have this admission date column and you will put a constraint default get date. Then whenever you will insert any value in this row, and if you will not provide the value of this admission date, then it will automatically pick this get date, the current date for this default, because this is a default value for this admission date column. So that is the admission date. Last constraint we have is the unique constraint, and as its name suggests that all the values of this unique constraint will be unique. There are some difference between unique and primary key which we will discuss in next question, upcoming question. So that are the types of constraints which are the rules applied for the data in a table. So all these constraints are basically handling the data in the table.